Hey everybody, it's Michael Tiny Soul, and this video is how to use the nightly videos. I've gotten some questions and some people are confused by the way I'm communicating on the videos. Maybe it's my accent, maybe I'm just using terminology that I think everybody understands, but that I'm probably talking in a way that only I understand. So I'd like to take the time and do this video and go over some stuff about the videos that hopefully will clear up any challenges that you all are having with watching, enjoying, and using these videos to their full benefit. So let's talk about the purpose of the videos. The purpose of the videos is for me to map out my opinions on stocks, ETFs, currency pairs, options, commodities, and other financial instruments. I don't know what's left, but just in case I missed one. The videos are for education purposes only, for myself and for the viewers. I get the best education out of doing these videos because, like I've always said for the 10 or 11 years that I've been teaching, whenever I have to go back and explain something, and whenever I have to go back and prepare something, I always learn more and more and more. And I like to give the analogy that your head is this big bucket with a hole in it. Some people have big holes in their head, some people have small holes in their head, but knowledge is water dumping into the bucket. And the knowledge spits out the hole, which is just, as you get older and as other things get crammed in there, and it's hard to remember some stuff. So you have to continually refill the bucket with the knowledge, and even with the basic knowledge, because the strongest houses are built on the strongest foundations, okay? And I don't know if we're building houses here, but the strongest trading business, okay, is built on the strongest foundation. Now, you can manage these stocks, currency pairs, whatever I talk about, any way you want, if at all. But nobody's forcing you to take these trades or to follow along with what the video is doing. It's your money. Do whatever you want. Okay, all I'm doing is giving a list of trades. Some have triggers, some are just opinions like the viewer requests, and then I manage them as if the video were actually trading them. Okay? So let's talk about some terms used in the videos. Well, the first term that gets some people a little confused is trigger. So what does a trigger mean? Well, a trigger is actually the action of entering the trade. So if there is a price given, for instance, a 175.29 long, okay, that's $175.29 long, that's the trigger. When it gets to that price, that's when the video is going to go long. If it's a limit order and we're, say, at 180, then I would say 175.29, I'd wait for it to get to that price to trigger, okay? So the trigger is the action of entering the trade. A unit, okay, now some people get confused with this, so I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. A unit is a percentage of risk taken on a trade. Now, you can decide to risk whatever you want. Like I said, if you don't even want to take the trades, that's up to you. But whatever your percent of risk taken, that is what a unit is. Now, some people say you should risk 1% per trade. Some say 2%. Some say 5%. Okay, now, personally, I think if you're risking 5% per trade and there's as many trades going on as I'm churning out in these videos, I think that's too much, because I tell everybody this. I tell my private coaching clients, I tell the people who I've taught at seminars the same thing, that it is inevitable that you will go on a losing streak. Okay, it is inevitable that the video will lose 5 or 6 trades in a row. Why take that much risk and draw down that much? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so whatever percentage you want to use risking on a trade, that's what a unit is. So when I say something is a 1 unit trade, or when I don't mention a unit, that means it's a 1 unit trade. So therefore, if you're risking let's use 2%. You're risking 2% and the risk is $1. If the trade gains $1, that means you are up 1 unit. Sometimes you'll hear me say it's a half a unit. That doesn't mean anything except that instead of risking the 1% or 2%, whatever you decide, you risk half of that, and that's how it's counted. So there are stocks that may risk $5 or $6 that are a 1 unit trade, and if it loses $6, well, then it's down that 1 unit of percentage that you've decided on. And therefore, if a stock is risking 50 cents and that stock goes $1 and the video exits plus $1, that's a 2 unit gain. So what confuses people is say, well, wait a minute, I stopped out $6 here, but gained $1 here, and you're saying I'm up a unit. Yes, because it's not flat shares across the board. You have to adjust your size in order to accommodate the percentage of risk you take on each trade, or your unit size, okay? Stop loss. A stop loss is the predetermined uncle point. That is a level where you get out of the trade, and there's no fooling around there, okay? This video, or these videos rather, not this one, but these videos are based on intraday swing trades, okay? They're only managed day to day. They're not managed intraday unless it's written out in the video. We'll get to that in a couple of seconds. So the stops don't adjust unless the directions on the video say to adjust. All right? Move stops. This is saying that once a gain that is written on the video, it says like a 65-cent gain, move stops. That means that you move stops to break even there. Now, there may be other directions that say after a such and such gain, move stops to lock in 1 point. That would mean you would take the trigger, you would add 1 point onto the trigger or below the trigger if it's a short trade, and that's where your stop would then be moved to. Okay? Now, management. The management is all done on the video. There is a 9 a.m. Eastern update that's put on the blog. Okay, I talk about that all the time on the video. You can see it in the contact me slide on this or any of the videos. I always have my blog address there, and that's going to change soon. So please, make sure you stay on top of that contact pane, and I'll announce it in the video. I'll say, hey, I changed the address, and you'll go there and you'll be able to get it. Okay, but at that 9 a.m. update, which sometimes I'll get on at 8:59 and go, hey, come back at 9:05, or hey, come back at 9:10. All right, if there's any adjustments to what the video said the previous night, that's where it's going to be said. Okay, and like I said, there is never intraday management after the 9 a.m. update. So maybe you'll see me posting on the blog, and maybe you'll see me saying, hey, this stock hit its first target and stops a move to break even. That's not new management. That's the management that was either on the video or the 9 a.m. update. I never manage anything between 9:30 and 4. I only report about it on the blog and say, hey, the first profits were taken. But all that management is talked about in the video or the 9 a.m. update. Okay? That's the way it is for now. Thank you for watching this video. I hope I cleared a lot of things up, but you can always email me and I will get back to you and help you in any way I can. Take care.